Welcome back. This is EC's EDC, and today we're having a look at yet another bag, the EVERGOODS Civic Travel Bag 35 or the CTB35. Let's dive in. So EVERGOODS has a few product lines. This is the largest bag in their travel line. It is 35 liters, as the name suggests, and offers a great option if you're looking to either one bag it, maybe a weekend getaway bag, and if you're really bold, pairing this with some luggage, because it's pretty large. Let's begin by taking a look at the outside of the bag and looking at the materials. This bag is EVERGOODS 420D 6.6 nylon. This is solution dyed. It is a smooth to the touch fabric, opposed to their 840D that feels much more robust. You can sort of feel the weave on the other bag, where this is just, it's super smooth, very malleable, but still feels very strong, sturdy, and the best part about this, it is easy to clean, and also, for the most part, resists dirt, hair, human and animal, and also does a great job with water. This bag has a number of zippers on it, all YKK reverse coil. They are DWR coated, and the main zipper here on the bag is a number 10, as well as the laptop compartment, which we'll take a look at. And the yoke pocket and front pocket and interior zippers are number 8s. So, with EVERGOODS, signature look, you're going to have a small logo here. This is their EVERGOODS logo. They've done a nice job of turning it into a loop field, so you can throw on one of either the EVERGOODS patches or your own patch to provide some personal flair. Got to have your pieces of flair. And I've also thrown on a hot orange zipper pull, which you can grab from EVERGOODS as well. This bag has 2 water bottle pockets on the sides. They are sized to fit a 1 liter Nalgene, and this bag is totally packed out right now. And with that, the 1 liter Nalgene still fits in there no problem. So if you're using anything smaller, you're going to have no issue fitting that in. That would include, your Yeti Rambler. This is the 18 ounce. That goes in there no problem. Perhaps the Owala bottles. These are some of my new favorites, and they also fit in there really great. What makes the water bottle pockets so awesome, let's actually flip this over here, is this stretch material is 2 layers. So it is sewn over on itself. They've got a nice bar tack here to give this elastic strip at the top some support and reinforcement. And they've also, let's see if I can show you this. They've also cut out two corners here that allow for dirt and debris to find their way out of the bag when they do manage to get in there. We've all had those bags, right, where the corner is just a little lint trap. So I think it's a smart little design. Glad they did it. And in my opinion, these bottle pockets are the best that I've interacted with. On the front of the bag, we have a front zipper here. This zipper is vertically oriented, and inside the zipper is a mesh pocket here hidden behind a small YKK zipper. This is sized to fit a field note. As you can see, I have field notes right here. That slides right in there. and will easily close. It's also sized to fit a passport. There are 2 slip pockets up here. I normally keep a little notepad right there and maybe just a pen. This also is sized to fit most multi-tools. Additionally, on the front side of this bag, we have a front quick access pocket. This quick access pocket is surprisingly large. So large, in fact, that it easily swallows the EVERGOODS Cap 1. This Cap 1, the Civic Access Pouch 1 liter, is a great solution for your tech. This is what I carry my daily tech in. And you know, I know this is a travel bag. We're going to get into the contents. I simply have this here just to show you really what can fit. But this is a great pocket. I love this pocket to death. If you're not able to get this in the overhead compartment, maybe the plane's full on your way in, this bag sits at your feet. You have this giant pocket right below, right in front of you, and it's incredible. I've done this in previous videos, but this 1 liter Nalgene, you know, it fits in there no problem. Just to give you a size comparison. So this pocket goes to here and to here and takes up this entire segment of the bag. So it is quite large, extends all the way up to above where this primary zipper runs along the bag. So as mentioned, YKK zippers, this is a clamshell bag. That means the zipper runs from the base of the bag all the way over the top to the other end. EVERGOODS has added nylon loops here. You know, I think the best part of these is using them as a sort of point to pull back when you're opening and closing the bag. Provides a perfect little finger loop. You can also toss your zipper pulls through that loop, you know, if you're traveling, and it provides a little bit more security. I wouldn't say this is going to keep people out, but you know, if someone tries to grab that real quick, you're going to feel a tug, and it may help keep your items safe. That other water bottle pocket is right here, and on this side of the bag, we also have this side handle. This handle is a plastic, there's a plastic strip running through this. It is covered simply by nylon, and it runs to the top of the water bottle pocket here. This is also reinforced by an aluminum stay on the inside of the bag, which we'll take a look at, and provides the bag with a lot of rigidity, keeping this bag from falling in on itself. Here we have the laptop compartment. We will take a look at that as well. Laptop compartment has 2 sections. The first is a large section here. This is where I currently keep an iPad. And behind that is the actual laptop compartment. The laptop compartment is secured by this nylon piece of fabric. There is loop fastener here on the outside. This is sized to fit at least 16-inch machines. I have a MacBook Pro 16-inch here, and it fits without a problem. There's also loop fastener here on the inside. So if you don't want to use this strap, you can just tuck it there, put your machine in, and then that way, anytime you need to open your bag, you can get right to it. But I like the added security, just so I know it's not coming out without any intentional meaning. Here inside the bag is also where we find the zipper path for the frame sheet. That is right here. I would say with a 35-liter bag, you're probably going to want to keep that frame sheet in the bag, just because with the extra space, you're going to put more stuff in it. The bag's going to get heavier. The frame sheet's there to help you. But you may have heard some people struggle with the way EVERGOOD bags sit on their back, especially the lower back. So if this bag does rub on your lower back, perhaps take the frame sheet out and see how it fits. It may be more comfortable for you. And then under the quick access pocket, there is a small nylon loop, and that allows you to hang a water bladder in here, and you can actually pass that water bladder hose through the strap out right here. So that is the laptop compartment. There's also a small little tag here. This sort of authenticates the bag, says, you know, a little bit about the company and where it was made, which they're based in Bozeman, Montana, and this bag and all their bags are made in Vietnam. Let's put this back in here. I don't think I mentioned it, but that laptop compartment is suspended on all sides. So your machine is going to be nice and safe once it's in there. Now, as we look towards the top of the bag, we're going to see that there is another handle, your primary handle here, and to the sides of that handle, we will have two loops where they've continued the nylon. This is a great place for you to lash your gear. Perhaps you've got a hero clip. You can easily put that here, making it, you know, a place for you to hook on a water bottle or something else, maybe a pair of gloves. But I think it's nice that this is here for those who need it. The handle's great. These are the same handles on both sides. I don't find them to be extraordinarily comfortable, but they do the job well, and their placement is perfect. I do actually find myself going for the side handle more than the top handle when I'm moving the bag around. This just happens to be a larger handle and has sort of become my default, my muscle memory. So now we take a look at the top of the bag, and we're inside what they call the yoke pocket. This is a very sizable pocket. We'll talk about why that is, but on the inside here, we've got ourselves a red lanyard with a Duraflex plastic clip and spring-loaded clasp. Great place to keep your keys. If my keys weren't hanging up, this is where they'd be. I also keep a pair of sunglasses. This is where I usually keep the hero clip. And in this case, I've got some lens wipes right here. But this is a very large space, as you can see, and is quite accessible, being right at the top of the bag. All right, so let's take a look at the back panel and sort of the back of the bag. Right off the bat, we can see here that there is a luggage pass-through, and this is different from their CTB36. The CTB26 luggage pass-through actually goes behind the back panel, and you would slide that luggage handle sort of through an area that doesn't exist. And we'll talk about why that doesn't exist here in a moment. The back panel is very comfortable. This is their current version and provides a great deal of breathability. I find that this material is very slick too, meaning it's easy to get on and off. It doesn't irritate my back. It also doesn't do abrasion on the clothing that I'm wearing. And so let's take a look at what is behind this back panel. EVERGOODS, being that this is a travel bag, this might be tough to do with it totally packed out, have created a stowable, yep, bag's too tight. We'll look at that in a minute. But in here, there are two openings that have attached sternum waist straps. This waist strap is not removable, not without scissors, and they extend all the way up here. So when you're not using those straps, or if you choose not to, they slide right up here and are out of the way. You do not feel them behind this back panel. But if you were to use them, you could deploy them. They are nice and thick. We'll take a look at those in a minute. And for me, at a 35 liter bag, I actually choose not to use them. I find them to be not cumbersome, but the bag isn't big enough to warrant a waist strap, a dedicated waist strap like that, in my opinion. So here we've got the straps. So this yoke pocket, we'll go back to that yoke pocket now. That yoke pocket is accentuated in size because of the way EVERGOODS has designed this back panel. They've added extra pieces of fabric here to lengthen this area. It also provides a more ergonomic curve of the bag as it comes up your back and over your shoulder. In doing so, they sort of separated this area from where the back of the bag would be and have created this great sort of taco pocket at the top. Now the straps up here are not just stitched to the back panel. There are a number of pieces of fabric that they are attached to, providing some really nice durability. It also displaces the weight of your bag over a larger surface area. So I think that's going to help as your bag ages, as you put it through its paces. This is going to be better long term. We also have that second pass through here. This is where the water bladder could go through. And I have a aftermarket sternum strap, which is fidlock. And it also just sort of stows away here. This is by a company called Thermolift, and they make great products, so check them out. That sternum strap is attached here through a series of daisy chain. EVERGOODS strap is also removable, as you can see, and reversible. So you're able to, put that in the setting that best fits your body, and also whichever way you like to open and close that sternum strap. These, before we go and talk about the ladder locks, you can also tell these are contoured straps. They're a little shorter than other straps in the market, but they're supposed to be ergonomic. So the way that they come over your shoulder, come towards your chest where you're wearing that sternum strap, and then taper away towards your armpits. For me, it provides a very comfortable carry. I really like the way that these fit, but not every bag's gonna work for everybody. So I think they've done a great job appealing to the most people with this design. The only thing I will say about these straps, they are a little thin, they are a little narrow. When you're looking at a 35 liter bag like this, when you do put a lot of stuff into it, and you're going to put a lot of stuff into it because it is a big bag, right? They give you the space, you're gonna use it. These straps, I will find after a couple hours of wearing the bag nonstop, we're talking off the airplane, walking through the terminals, right out the door, because I'm not gonna bring a suitcase with this, into a car, walking through the city, public transportation. I do find that because they're a little bit narrow and a little on the thin side, after a long day, my shoulders do hurt. And that's probably my fault because I pack a lot of stuff, but it is worth noting that, there are other bags in this same size capacity that, in my opinion, have a little bit thicker, a little bit wider straps, which in long-term carry will provide you with more comfort. So coming down here to the ladder locks, these are just plastic ladder locks. These are by Duraflex. All the hardware on this bag is by Duraflex, and they get the job done. These nylon straps down here, they don't slide at all. This bag stays put once you've got it dialed, but as soon as you do pull up, it's ready to go. So adjusting this bag is a breeze. And these strap keepers are from Tom Bin. These did not come with the bag. I really wish EVERGOODS would put strap keepers on the bottom here. I would also love it if they had strap keepers on their sternum straps. it just allows you to be a little bit more tidy with, you know, the extra dangling straps. And, you know, for me, it's an easy fix, so no problem, but, you know, it would be nice to have out of the gate. So that's what we got here. Let's take a look at the inside. Take a look at the inside of this big old travel bag. All right. So here we go. Being that this is an EVERGOODS bag, we've got 2 EVERGOODS packing cubes. These are rated at 8 liters each. I'm able to put 6 kind of thicker cotton shirts in each one of these. Just for perspective, I am able to get by with, you know, a few days of clothes if you were to have shirt, underwear, socks, maybe a pair of shorts or pants. You can fit that into here, but just so you can see that size, this is 6 cotton shirts. I've got 3 rolled on each side. They're by no means, you know, merino. They're not very thin. But that is what these contain, if you were wondering. So this is your loadout for a travel situation. I've got a pair of over-the-ear headphones. You know, probably going to be flying on a plane. Definitely going to want those. We've got packing cube number 1. We've got packing cube number 2, and then we've got a cap 2. And if I was traveling with a laptop, if I was going for, you know, long-term travel where the iPad's not going to cut it, I will bring this. This allows me to stow my charger, cables, all my tech gear, and also provides, you know, a nice nightstand and desk caddy. So big fan of the cap 2. Can't say enough good things about this magic pouch. And then I've got here a Civic half cap. This is EVERGOODS' newest product, and I'm treating this like a small DOP kit. You know, this, in my opinion, right here, this loadout, this is sort of a 1-bag setup. I would be going away for, you know, a weekend. You could do longer. I wouldn't do longer with a bag like this. I would just take a suitcase or a duffel. It also allows me here to save a little space on a DOP kit. Now, the only downside for me with this, you know, I've got my toothpaste, I've got chapstick, I got my toothbrush in here, I've got some minor first aid stuff, deodorant, nail clippers, floss. The only thing I don't have in here is, you know, shampoo and hair stuff. I could probably fit one of those small ones you get at the hotel in here, but in this situation, you know, I'm banking that it's going to be where I'm going. So I don't have that in here. Now, in the bottom of the bag, we have a stretch pocket. I keep my notebook in here. This pocket goes the entire interior dimensions of the bag. I've had this bag for a number of years. I use it with, you know, smaller, thinner things, but this elastic has shown really no signs of wearing out. This is also similarly stitched the same way that the water bottle pocket is, keeping this nice and tight. Also, this fabric is 2-ply, so there is 2 layers of it. It's wrapped over the elastic and stitched around the ends. At the top of the bag, there are 2 rows of webbing, loops, whatever you want to call them. I've found that these are most useful when attaching extra pouches to them. This here is the Triple Aught Design GPP1 in, this is a nylon. And this is my snack pouch. This is where I keep my goodies. Getting hungry on the go, gotta have access to some food. I keep that up here. I've also, in other situations, put a cap 1 up here, which I think works well. Magnet kind of unrolls it. I've seen folks throw a cap 2 up here. I've also put Triple Lot Design booster pods on these, but I think the addition of these is super nice just to give yourself some customization possibilities. So I showed you, 2 EVERGOODS packing cubes in here. All right, so if that's up against the zipper track, you got some space here. This is where I had a cap too. These also, they fit in this orientation as well. But not everybody has these packing cubes. I do find that the Peak Design packing cubes are pretty popular. A lot of people have these. I love these. I've had these for years, long before the EVERGOODS ones. I like that they're compressible. And they also fit in EVERGOODS bags really well. I'm able to get pretty much the same amount of clothes in this as I am in that. Granted, this is larger. I think they say this is 18 liters, before you compress it down. So just so you can sort of see what that looks like if I were to bring this instead of that. Here's the cap too, and then I had my half cap, and I could easily just, put my headphones here, or even do something like this. That's probably the better move. And then that should zip up, no problem. So this bag has a ton of capacity within this main area, and it's going to be great for travel, whether you decide to one bag it or if you decide to pair this with some additional luggage. Now, on the inside of the panel, we have here the sort of traditional mesh you see with EVERGOODS bags. This is a pretty robust mesh. It is not stretchy. It is, it's going to hold your stuff in real well, and it's got some pretty good visibility. In here, I have stashed the EVERGOODS Civic Access Sling 2-liter, the Cast 2, if you will. This is the updated version where we can see the strap keeper on the nylon webbing. We got the buckle down here on the side by the wing, and we have the tri-glide allowing for some easy changing of fitment. With a bag this big, I'm gonna bring something smaller, something that I can go around town with, and I find that, a sling's a nice companion for that sort of thing. I've also put packable bags in that laptop compartment. They slide in pretty well on that sort of front area of the laptop compartment. So that's also a possibility if you're thinking about, a 2-bag setup with this. And then above the mesh pocket, we have the traditional opaque pocket here. This is branded with EVERGOODS traditional patch, which says, at least they used to, they state when the bag was made, what the materials of the bag are, and a little about the company. So, designed and developed in Bozeman, Montana, and these bags are sewn and made in Vietnam. I didn't say it, but I'll say it now. The interior of the bag is also a 420D nylon 6.6. And up here, EVERGOODS has added in, well, not added, EVERGOODS has put 2 slip pockets inside this opaque pocket. The CTB35 also has this. Unlike the CPL line, they do not include the slip pockets. So this is an additional thing you will see when you move to the travel line. And for me, they are just big enough to fit these little topo pouches that I move between bags, as one is a small first aid kit and the other is, some cash and an air tag. I need to show you that waist belt. So these, as I mentioned before, hopefully that is in the frame, these are not removable. Not without scissors. And you know, if you're counting weight, if you're counting grams, I don't think this is going to be a bag for you anyways. But for me, I don't mind tucking them away. They are out of sight, out of mind as soon as they're up here. I actually don't think I've taken them out since I bought the bag. They have been stowed away with every single use. It's worth mentioning there's more Duraflex hardware on the straps. Very satisfying click and clasp. And the nylon also contains elastic, which is integrated, meaning you can't lose it, so that you can roll this up and keep it nice and neat. And it boggles my mind, right? Like, why wouldn't you just put that on the strap, right? Like, why not just include this little guy right here so you can roll this up? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But this is very easy to use and keeps everything nice and neat. I will have to actually insert a picture what this looks like when wearing for those that are interested, because this is, you know, it's not padded, right? There's not a lot of padding. There is padding. It's fairly dense, but it's thin. And this does rotate a little bit. You can see that where it's sewn in kind of comes and it kind of gives with the bag. I just don't think at 35 liters, you know, you're going to really need this. When you start approaching 40, 45, I think definitely at that point, but you know, maybe because the straps are just a little bit narrower and thinner, you know, this is the same strap you'll get on the rest of the bags. Maybe they thought this addition would be smart to help support the extra weight that you're going to put in the bag. This just gets stowed away like so. So you just push the buckle in first. And these are also, it is segmented, so you can't sort of overlap these. They have their dedicated space in here. And you just push the strap up. The buckle will continue to slide up forward. Just make sure it's all nice and flush up there. So you don't want anything bulging on your back. And there you go. You know, that is right in. Actually, I can go up a little further. There we go. And now you can see that strap. That strap is tucked away. And it's gone. Go ahead and do that here. You can see I'm out of practice. But there we go. But yeah, this bag, CTB35, this thing is made with solid materials. Everything feels very well built. There's not a moment that goes by where I'm questioning the durability of anything on this bag. EVERGOODS has a lifetime warranty on their products when it comes to their craftsmanship. This new fabric is great for dust, great for dirt. It is water resistant. You've got DWR coated zippers, reverse coil. These things are nice and buttery smooth. Bottle pockets are incredible. You've got handles on the top and the side. Luggage pass-through. You know, maybe something could be said about the straps for a bag of this size. Maybe something could be said about coming up with a way to make your waist strap removable. But then again, you get a quick access pocket that can swallow a Cap 1. I mean, it's hard to nitpick. You know, it's hard to nitpick when a bag is so well designed. And then, of course, this taco pocket, the yoke pocket up here is just enormous. Plus your internal organization and sort of this admin section here in that front panel. So I think EverGoods has done a tremendous job with this bag. I am not a one bagger. You know, I've done reviews of other bags sort of in this family. I can't do it. I tried, maybe for a weekend, but you know, I have a tendency to hoard shit. So I've always got extra stuff coming with me, whether it's clothes or toys, whatever it might be. But this bag is incredible. I love this bag. It's a great option for me when I'm just heading out to, you know, a cabin for a weekend, or if I'm, you know, contemplating bringing this in a minimal capacity, you know, bringing what I would call minimal anyways. I wouldn't try doing everyday carry with this. It is way too big. You know, some folks might think like, oh, let me just buy one bag that's going to serve all my purposes. Travel, for sure. This bag is going to be way, way too big for you to think about, you know, throwing a laptop in, your charger, your cable, your headphones for the day, maybe a lunch. You're going to have so much space. Not only that, it's a really deep bag. So if you're thinking you might be able to get by, just realize there's no way to compress it. It kind of stays around that same size once it's on your back. You know, it's going to want to drape a little bit and keep its depth going. And if you're one that takes public transportation, you know, keep that in mind even more. Or even when you travel, it is a bit of a deep bag, but it's going to give you a one bag solution. So great job, EverGoods. Critiques, strap keepers everywhere. Got to get that right. Maybe a removable waist strap in the future. Who knows? But otherwise, I think this is a stellar bag. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely check it out. And if you have tried it, let me know what you think. But thank you for stopping by. This is EC's EDC, and I will see you in the next one.